The following is a view as to why Ambassador R. James Woolsey has proclaimed that there is a distinct EMP threat on America, despite President Obama maintaining that Iran has not yet produced a bomb. Why would he say such a thing? And is there a threat? Here's some background. U.S. defense spending is greater than many other nations combined. However, an economic crisis is emerging that can cause a distinct change in the ability of America to pay for its defense. Issues can arise in Greece and in Europe and with China and in other places where the value of the dollar is eroded such that America cannot defend itself. There is a distinct view that there will be a third crash following the 2000 crash, the 2008 crash, and it is due now in 2015 at any time. A crash of that nature could easily lead to a reset of the economic system of the world back to gold, which does not allow the inflation possibilities of the central banks to pay for the kind of defense America is used to. Enter Iran. Ahmadinejad, former president of Iran, is still on the scenes with a PhD in transportation, specifically figuring out how he can transport nuclear weapons onto American soil. A few years ago, a test was made with an existing Shahab-3 liquid-fueled missile to see how high it would fly with the idea of combining it with the atom. To that end, Ahmadinejad went to the Caspian Sea. Once there, the ship launched its missile, and it took off and rose to an apogee of 110 miles, which has since been improved. Knowing now that this missile could reach the height necessary to cause major problems for the target, the question was, who would they target? Commonly within Iran, death to America, death to Israel, and death to Britain are common chants. Evidence exists that they're over the brink. Looking at their research facilities scattered all throughout Iran, it is clear they have been working on this for some time, and in conjunction with North Korea, where certain tests have been made, not on Iranian soil, but on Korean soil that matches an EMP configuration. Spinning uranium inside of Iran is a major factor that leads them to the ability to generate lower yield type of dirty bombs, because those are easier to do but cause more havoc to the electrical system of a country. The cascade effects of an EMP on a country can turn off your oil and gas, your communications, your water, your banking and finance, your electric power, transportation, emergency services, and government services in a microsecond. Knowing this could be an issue, America proposed to have a hotline with Iran to reduce tensions, at which point they were soundly rebuffed. A top Iranian admiral said, "We will contact America when we reach the Gulf of Mexico." When looking at the Gulf of Mexico, the ability to become quite close to America is clear, and the question is it close enough? Taking a look at a map, a ship can approach legally very close to the Gulf of Mexico and coast of America without any problems. Iran has a couple of routes to accomplish this, through the Suez Canal and the Strait of Gibraltar, or around the Horn of Africa. Either trip takes approximately a month. A detonation over America would wipe out directly most of the grid from the initial blast. However, since the grid of America is interconnected all across the country, as well as into Canada and to a degree in Mexico, the likelihood is that all three areas would be highly susceptible and highly wiped out. Looking at Iran's other target, Israel, a carefully positioned blast could also take out not only Israel, but Iran's Sunni enemy, the Saudi Arabians, and most of the peninsula, leaving Iran's oil very valuable with an inability to pump out of this vital region. Further, an EMP over the British area would wipe out most of the oil from the North Sea, again making Iranian oil tremendously valuable. Targets in mind, have they considered this? The answer is yes. In the beginning of 2014, a destroyer and a supply ship, the Karg 431, departed with great hilarity to the world, who said this would be ridiculous, it's manned by children, there is no danger. They sailed in the direction of America and then turned back apparently at Russian insistence. However, when looking at the mobile launchers of the Shahab-3 missiles and their configuration, it becomes clear that the 2 helicopter hangars on a Carg 431 can hold 2 Shahab-3 missiles, which could then be launched right off the back of the ship. All they need to do is get it close enough to their target. By sending out 3 such ships, Iran has the capability to produce a broken America, and produce a broken UK, and produce a broken Israel. It would lead to religious-based warfare that one could only describe as apocalyptic, as battles for oil and resources would tremendously leap due to the inability of many fields to pump. The potential for full-blown nuclear war on average individuals is very clear. Enough of that, and what you have is nuclear winter and the potential genocide of the world. With that, I hope one's eyes are opened to the rainbow of possibilities as to why there is more to this issue and more at stake than is being proclaimed by modern media.